Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hey, I'm Ben Choder, and I am so excited about today's webcast. All right, we have some of our key executives and employees in the West family who are going to talk to you about their favorite part of Thanksgiving, give you some recipes, give you some tips. And my first guest today is Mr. William O'Neill. Let's bring William on, Ivan. And with me, of course, always is Ivan Schlachter.
Hey, Ivan and Ben.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Ivan and Ben, thank you for the invite. Great to be here with you guys.
Tell me, thank you for coming. You look really nice today.
Well, thank you. It's a special hair day for me, so I'm feeling pretty good about the whole thing. Good timing.
So, big Thanksgiving plans?
Yeah, we're gonna have family over. Really no friends, but family. I have a new son-in-law, so this will be the first time he's joining us, and my brother and his family. So we're gonna be cooking a lot at our house and have a big crowd for dinner.
Oh, that is awesome. All right, so Bill, I'm gonna ask you right away, man. So, what do you have for us? A recipe, a wine tip? What are you gonna share with the audience?
So, I, like probably a lot of you, continually cheer for the underdog. I mean, we love them, right? I mean, you know, they're the ones, the Cinderella stories, whether it's in sports or in life. And I carry that over to the Thanksgiving feast. So we look at the Thanksgiving lineup, and you got your turkey. I mean, clearly a rock star, perennial MVP, I mean, done in a variety of ways. The potatoes always come out great. They're always on the all-star team, and who could forget about dessert? But honestly, for Thanksgiving, who is the underdog? You know who I'm talking about. It's the lowly pea. I mean, come on. It's the little round green thing. They all look the same. A couple of fun facts about peas. First of all, 95% of the peas grown end up in cans or frozen. There's also as much protein in one serving of peas as there is in an egg. So I have, over the last few years, really tried to elevate the role of the pea. So the recipe I wanted to share is a pea recipe. How does that sound?
I would love it. Share it. Let's go. Rock and roll.
All right. It's peas with pancetta and lemon. There's just 6 ingredients. You put some olive oil in a pan, chop up some pancetta, put it in there till it gets crispy, throw in some chopped shallots along the way. Take that out and drain it. Then take your peas, put them in some warm water to defrost them, because as I said, 95% of them are frozen in a can. So if they're frozen, defrost them, add that to the pan, let them heat up with a little bit of butter, gotta have a little butter, and then put it all in a bowl with some red pepper flakes, the pancetta that you cooked earlier on top, and that pancetta juice got mixed in with the peas, and then a little lemon zest. And I tell you, the pea will no longer be the underdog. It will be on the all-star team for your Thanksgiving meal. So that's my tip and my recipe. How's that sound?
All right.
Ivan's ready to eat.
So here's what you gotta promise me, Bill. When you cook it on Thanksgiving, you will take a picture and send it to me. But I am gonna try that. Tonight on my way home, in my prep for my Thanksgiving I am going to buy peas, pancetta, and do exactly what you did, and I'm gonna test it. I am excited about this. Hey, what kind of wine should I have with it?
Peas pair very nicely with a Pinot Noir, maybe something from the Willamette Valley in Oregon. But then again, anything goes with Pinot Noir, so that's the only thing I drink.
Bill, thank you so much. Everyone, that was Bill's recipe tip. I hope it's on your plates, and we can't wait to hear.
Thank you, Bill.
Have a really great day. And Ivan, why don't you just bring it back to my video?
Happy Thanksgiving, Bill.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
That was awesome. I mean, that was incredible, man. I am so excited. I can't wait for our next one. All right. So in between, right now, we're going to show you Bill's recipe, and then we're going to be back with our next guest. Wow, that was an incredible recipe, Bill. I cannot wait to taste it. Now I have my next guest, but hold on a second. I got so hungry listening to the recipe. I had to break into my Thanksgiving meal. And Ivan, I got to tell you, I know you're not on camera, but I got to tell you this. You made the best mashed potatoes this year. All right, now I want to bring in our next guest. Our next guest is Miss Michelle Turpin. We're broadcasting live or on demand right now, but from San Francisco. Michelle, welcome to the Ninjas. Your first appearance. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thank you. It's almost Thanksgiving. Super excited.
I know. We are so excited. We can't wait to share this with everyone. Ivan can't stop eating.
Looks like it.
So Michelle, I got 2 questions for you. First question is, what are you thankful for this year?
Good question.
Well, I am thankful for my friends and my family who are always so supportive of me. I am thankful for the team that I have at West, and that is true. I'm not just trying to, earn some points here. I think it's been a good year, and we've learned a lot together. So I'm thankful for you and Ivan, both of you.
And your favorite part of Thanksgiving? What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Macaroni and cheese casserole.
Whoa.
Wow.
Didn't see
Yeah.
that coming.
But that's not the recipe you're going to go over. Michelle, the
No.
floor is yours. Tell us your recipe.
All right. Well, first, because you wanted a little more cowbell from our Capture Space contest, I'm bringing the California version, so everybody get their
Love it.
on. This namaste.
Awesome, Michelle.
Love it.
So, I have Bonbon. That's Bonbon on there. That's my mom. And these are her famous Icebox biscuits. I don't know if you can see that. And
Wow.
true, like,
Well,
old
go
school
on up on
Southern
the screen.
style. What's that? Okay,
When
good.
the audience is watching, we'll make sure they can see them.
Awesome. So these are called Bonbon's Icebox biscuits. And for those of you who are not Southern and don't know, the Icebox is basically the refrigerator. So with the Icebox biscuits, my mom made the best ever. What you want to do is take 4 cups flour, 3 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, a tablespoon of sugar, 3/4 of a cup buttermilk, 3/4 of a cup lukewarm milk, and if you're my mom, you'll also drink some of the buttermilk. She's totally into it. And 1 packet of active dry yeast or cake yeast. And so what you're going to do is you're going to, put this all together into a little mixer, right?
I love
And you're
this.
going to
Chef
sift
props.
the
Love
ingredients,
it.
all these,
Oh, yeah, she's grinding it. She's sifting it.
the dry ingredients, right? So you're going to bring them all together. Then you're going to cut in some shortening into the dry ingredients. You're going to add the buttermilk and the yeast mix. And what makes it the Icebox is that once you've put this out and mixed it until there's a soft dough, what you're going to do is leave it in a bowl in the Icebox overnight. And then in the morning, on a floured cutting board, you're going to roll out the dough. You're going to, then, this is how we do it Southern style. You take an old can, right, that's actually used, and you cut into the flour with the can so you get perfect round biscuits. And then, let's see, you're going to arrange them on a greased pan, brush them with buttermilk and melted butter, and then bake it for 400 degrees in the
Low
oven
cal.
for 12 to 15 minutes. And it makes 20 to 25 biscuits. And you can actually even keep the dough in the refrigerator for 4 to 6 days. So if you want to have some for post-Thanksgiving, you can set yourselves up for the day of and a couple days after.
Mama
that.
Turpin's Icebox
It is
Biscuits.
so good.
You know it.
I am so excited. This is the second recipe I think we're going to try. Ivan, I can't wait. You and I are going to gain 22 pounds this
I love
Thanksgiving.
it. Hey, do these keep? Can you send us maybe a box of the Icebox biscuits? Would that be
I
okay?
would love to. I would love to. And, if you need, I can come out to New York, and then what we can do is make sausage gravy, because then you can do sausage gravy biscuits. Hello.
Sausage gravy.
All right, we got to have you back on Kitchen Ninjas
Hey,
to talk about the sausage gravy.
Now, I know the poster in back of her, I know that's you, Ben, but is that Michelle next to you?
Yes, we are the unified communication models.
Oh, okay.
All right, Michelle, I'm so happy you were on the show.
Yeah.
This was your first appearance on the program. Can't wait to share the recipe with everyone. And now we're going to go to the recipe card now.
All right.
Thank you, Michelle.
Namaste.
Wow, that was a really intricate recipe, man. So that was a hard one. I mean, that one is not for your first time bakers of the icebox biscuits. But before we go to our next guest, I got to tell you something. So, and you're actually going to see these underneath me. Not drinking wine, it's during the day right now, but I have 3 or 4 wine tips for everyone for Thanksgiving. 1, my 2 favorite Italian wines of all time are perfect for Thanksgiving. One is an Italian wine called the Tanginella, and you're going to see it, underneath me or on the side of me. My favorite wine of all time. It's a little pricey, but it's my favorite. Or Thanksgiving to me is sort of perfect for a big, super type of Tuscan like a Brunello. So I'm a huge fan of Brunello Montepulciano. There's several. I mean, in Montepulciano there's so many vineyards. So check them out. They're underneath me. In the U.S., I have been addicted lately to Sea Smoke. It is an incredible Pinot that, for some strange reason, is not actually even grown in Napa. And then if we're talking about the Napa area, I am a huge, huge fan of a reasonably priced Pinot called the Etude. And which basically, I'm telling you about these wines right now because I think wine, company, and food sort of make any event. And now I want to bring on our next guest, Brian Hauptman, who almost won our National State Demo. It was really, really close. He just didn't go down a big slide. That's why he basically didn't win. But I'm also bringing this up because my friend Brian here is also really into wines, and he just recently joined the Etude Wine Club. Brian, have you got your first shipment of Etude wine yet?
I did actually, Ben, and I actually planned on going up there on Friday after Thanksgiving because I'm spending the holiday sort of in between San Francisco and Carnero. So I figured I would be close, and it's easy for me to stop in, and they're having some good 40% off sales for Black Friday.
Did you enjoy your first bottle yet? Have you opened it?
I haven't opened it. Only because I've done some good tasting up there, and my bottles are, I think they're the 2014, so I was drinking their 2013, so I'm just letting them mature, so to speak.
So I'm going to put you on the spot before you go into your recipe, which I am so excited for. Is give our audience 1 or 2 wine tips you think would be ideal for a family gathering for Thanksgiving, and I know you're also into sort of like I guess you would call them like special beers as well. So how about a couple wine tips and a beer?
You got it, and I'm so glad you brought that up, and I only wish I wasn't rushing this morning and I could have brought some samples and held them up physically for you. So yes, I do cellar wine as well as beer, and so ironically enough, my contribution to dinner this year is to supply the beer and wine. So I think that's perfect for my wheelhouse. So
I'm very jealous that we're not going to be there.
Yes.
yeah, I have, you know.
So what are you supplying this year? What are you supplying this year?
Well, I just booked my New York flight, so I'll be back. Maybe I'll bring you guys some beers to sample. But so what I usually like to
we're ready
do
for
is,
the tips, man. Give us your wine tips.
well, wine tips. I always go with if we were eating crab, which we're not this year, but if we were, I'd always do a French Burgundy because it just the acidity of it really complements the crab. But so I think we're going to probably do a California Sauvignon Blanc to start, and then we'll work our way into a little more bolder Chardonnay. Not the buttery Chardonnay, but more of the French style of wine where it's more minerally, so to speak, the Bordeaux region. So we'll go with that, which Joseph Phelps Winery is the winery that I belong to, which they make a really great Chardonnay. And then for dinner, we're gonna pop. I will bring an Etude Pinot for the actual dinner with the bird, and then I have another Pinot that I will share as well with the group. There's only about 5 of us, so I think we'll have a good amount of alcohol between us. But so
I think everybody should Uber home after the meal, though.
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm planning on sleeping there, but the beer that I will be bringing as well is for dessert. So it's from our friends at Goose Island in Chicago. They make every year it's called Bourbon County Stout. So it's just a stout that's
Oh, I love the
barrel
Bourbon County
aged.
Stout.
Yeah, so it's being released on Black
It's
Friday,
hard to
so
get to.
make sure you go out there. I have a 2013, a 2014, and a 2015, and we'll do a vertical of that for dessert. So I will definitely not be driving anywhere.
Awesome.
Amazing.
All right, so now, Brian, this is what everyone's waiting for. Your take on Dungeness crab.
Yep. So do we show the slide so you get a visual, or you want me just to speak to it?
Now, speak to it. We're going to show all the images around it while you talk.
Okay. Okay, so I, living in Northern California, San Francisco to be precise, have the privilege of experiencing Dungeness crab season every year, unless there's something in the waters that prevent it, like last year, but we don't need to go down that path. So this year, everything was copacetic and good. So it's good to have retired friends of friends who own boats, because it allows me to go out of Half Moon Bay, about 10 miles off the coast of Half Moon Bay. And so we have 20 pots out there, and we leave about 6 a.m. in the morning, and we're puttering along and through GPS finding our pots. We're pulling those pots, grabbing the crab, putting them in coolers, getting
Great
back to
images.
the dock, and then the fun starts really from there. So the legal limit for every person on the boat is 10 Dungeness crabs per person, which is a good amount of crab for any person. And so I bring those crabs home, and I'm a big fan of all things New Orleans. So the food there, the music there, the debauchery, the history. I love New Orleans. So with that being said, I order overnight. Well, not overnight, but I order seasoning from the Cajun grocer. And so I get different seasonings that I put in my crab boil. My crab boil also, besides the crab, consists of local farmer market vegetables like corn, garlic cloves, onions, Brussels sprouts, artichokes.
And Brian, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Can you rotate the vegetables? So if someone's doing this at home, can I put other things in there, or does it have to be just this set of vegetables?
Yeah, so that great question, Ben. So you can really put whatever it is that you want. Any vegetable that you boil, you can put in this crab boil or Cajun boil. You want to keep in mind that potatoes take longer, so you probably want to put those in first. Same with artichokes. If you have something like corn that doesn't take as long, or some other vegetable, carrots or whatnot, just keep in mind that you want to sort of time it so that the vegetables all cook well. But really, it's up to your
I have to
imagination.
tell you, if I wasn't married, Brian, I'd be heading there now.
Well, next time you come out, if it's during crab season, we'll get oysters at your favorite place, and we'll also get some crab. Great question, though. So yes,
awesome.
Vegetables. People put andouille sausage in their boils. They also put shrimp if you want, or prawns, depending on where you live, crawfish, whatnot. So real simple process. You boil the crabs for 10 minutes. You turn it off heat. You let them soak in the seasoning for another 10. You take out. You put the crab in a cooler. You sprinkle the crabs with the seasoning, like the one I use is Slap Ya Mama. You sprinkle it on. You close the cooler. It steams.
See the image.
You're getting an additional steaming process there, and then you cook the vegetables while they're steaming, and you let the crab cool down. You get some bibs on, and you pour some wine or beer, and you get messy, down and dirty, and you eat some crab, as fresh as it gets.
Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Actually, I know you're not this year. You might not be doing it for Thanksgiving, right? Because you might be doing it the day after. But what a great way to start off Thanksgiving. What a
Absolutely.
great, especially not if you're living in New York or Chicago and it's a little cold outside, but if you're on the West Coast, it's incredible, man. How long have you been doing this?
So my first trip, I'm glad you asked that. My first trip was in 2011. I was looking through photos and came across some photos from 2011. So last year the season was canceled due to a poisonous red tide that would have affected humans. So they canceled the entire season. And so so every however many years that is, 5 years, I guess.
Wow.
And
mean, want Dungeness crab.
you know, I love doing it. It's actually, it's like man versus sea. You go out there, you catch your food, and you make your food, and you enjoy the cooking process, and you spend. I always turn friends on to my boils, and it's usually the first time for them experiencing something like that. So that's what I like to
And
do.
what a way to spend Black Friday.
It is a great
Oh,
way to
man.
So, wow, I am speechless with this. Brian, I want to thank you so much for being on the show, for creating one of the best capture demos also, and for sharing your Dungeness crab. And now the world knows about your Dungeness crabs.
Very well
so thank
traveled.
you.
Thank
Hey,
you,
I'm going
guys.
to pop up the recipe one more time and a couple more images. And can't wait to bring on our next guest.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, everyone. Cheers.
Wow, Ivan, Dungeness crab. I mean, that is decadent, man. This is how I want to spend my Friday after Thanksgiving, sitting around, eating Dungeness crab, drinking great wine, hanging out with friends, watching football.
Yeah.
Much better than going Black Friday shopping, Ivan.
You know, I was going to go to Walmart at 4 in the morning, but I think
No.
maybe I should go
No,
crabbing instead.
not at all. All right, so Ivan, now I'm going to ask you. What are you thankful for this year?
Oh, man, I'm thankful for my healthy family and my tremendous boss. But honestly, I'm very thankful for this incredible opportunity working with you guys. I'm very thankful for my family most of all. And it's, you know, life is good. Living a dream.
Any Thanksgiving traditions?
Yes. So we usually go to my sister's in-laws, and they do the cooking. We usually bring a couple pies and a few bottles of wine. And we just show up, take a couple leftovers home, and life is good.
Favorite wine for Thanksgiving for you?
I love the Pinot Noir Wild Horse. It is a delicious, delicious wine.
And how much is it a bottle?
Well, it depends where you get it. If
For
get
you, a Costco guy, how much is it?
at Costco, it's $16.99 at Costco in New Jersey. If you get it at Costco in California, ready for this? $8.50.
See, there you go.
Crazy.
And it's a good wine.
It's the best.
You-
In my opinion, it's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
$16 bottle of wine is Ivan's favorite. I love it.
I mean,
love it.
Flowers.
Not
is out
all
of my
wines
price
have
point,
to be
you know?
expensive.
Flowers is a great wine, but
Yep.
it's beyond my price point. Yeah, I can't afford that. But yeah,
It's not beyond your price point, is it really?
it's like 60, 70 bucks now.
It's
right?
okay. All right. We'll talk. But, all right. And your favorite, if you were going to make something, what's your favorite thing to make on Thanksgiving? What's the favorite thing? When you're at your wife's families, your sister's family, whatever,
Yeah.
what's your favorite thing?
I love bringing the sweet potato pie. That's what we make, and we make an apple pie as well. Sweet potato is the main course, or is a side course during dinner. Apple pie, obviously, is for dessert.
So for the last 7 years, I've made turkey, brine a turkey, and then I wrap it with bacon. For two things.
What?
As the bacon, sort of crisps up, all the oils go in, keeps the bird moist. But
Yeah.
at the end, it is incredible. And you got to put the bacon on everywhere. So you're basically making a bacon hat for your bird. And you basically do it like a fence, right? This way, then this way, then this way.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's incredible. And it's my favorite thing.
So you keep your bird moist with bacon grease.
With bacon grease, yeah.
I love that.
And then here's the best. This is my first year in almost 20 of not having a house, moving into the city full time.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm going to someone's and I am making a bunch of appetizers. So to me, I've always been, it's all about the appetizers
So
for me.
what are you making?
It's not the main courses.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Oh, I'm making something. Later on in the show, I'll talk about
Okay.
my appetizer I'm making. But to me, before the dinner, around 3:30, when you're sitting there watching football, having a glass of wine, trying the hors d'oeuvres, talking to everyone, that's the best time. By the time you freaking sit down to the meal, I'm full already,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm getting tired and ready for a nap at my vast age.
Let me ask you a question, Ben. Have you ever made or had a pterodactyl?
No.
No.
But that's basically a chicken, a duck, and a turkey.
It is, yeah. And
Have you?
Yes.
Is it amazing?
It is. It's not that amazing, but it's a lot of fun to make. But it's and then we stuffed it with sausage. Not that great. Very heavy.
Fried turkey I had my first time last year.
Never had that.
Really, really good.
Where did you have
Especially
fried
as a kid.
turkey?
my neighbor was making a fried turkey, and he invited us over for a little piece because
Is this house
outside.
still there?
His house is actually still there. All right. So now, Ivan, let's bring on our next one. This one is not a live interview. On his day off, he actually created his thoughts for Thanksgiving. And now let me introduce to you Mr. Scott Kudos.
Good morrow. Thank you for taking the time to view my Thanksgiving recipe. As you probably know or most likely strongly suspect, I'm not a traditionalist. I can't stand turkey. Never have, never will. I know you're thinking, Scott, you're
You like
un-American.
turkey?
After all, you did vote for Ben Choder in the last presidential election. Anyway, our family tradition is a standing rib roast. I get 2 to 3 ribs depending on the number of my guests. This year I'm going to have 6 guests, so my butcher recommended 3 ribs. Here's what you'll need. 1 standing rib roast. Isn't she a beaut?
Whoa!
2 large onions. I prefer to use Vidalia.
Hey.
The best taste and aren't too strong. Horseradish, preferably from a real horse, Appaloosa or Clydesdale. Dijon style mustard, crushed garlic, kosher salt, and ground pepper. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Thickly, and I mean thickly, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Slice the onions and place in a medium baking pan, large enough to hold the roast. Duh. The onion slices should be spread out in the bottom of the pan to support the roast. Rub the roast all over with the kosher salt and pepper. Scott, you ask, why? Won't this cause the juices to leak out during the baking process? No. Actually,
Exactly,
the next
Scott.
step works to seal in the juices, and the onions become a caramelized Vidalia perfection.
Genius.
So, combine
Genius.
equal amounts of the
Mad genius.
Dijon mustard and horseradish in a bowl. Add crushed garlic to taste. I like a lot of crushed garlic, you may not. Make enough of the mixture to be able to thickly cover the roast. Liberally slather the mixture over the entire roast, leaving no area uncovered. Slather. That's a fun word, isn't it? Place the roast
is. I'm gonna say
upside down on
slather.
top of the onions in the baking pan and place into the oven. Use a meat thermometer for best results. Or, if you want, here's a quick guide. Rare would be 20 to 21 minutes a pound. Medium rare, 22 to 23 minutes a pound. Medium, 24 to 25 minutes a pound. Medium well? No! If you even think about cooking this majestic piece of heavenly deliciousness beyond medium, I will personally hunt you down and give you a vicious swirly. No questions asked. Why, I can just see that magnificent side of beef lovingly sitting on my dining room table. My family and friends gathered around, basking in utter rapturously as we collectively drool. I better stop there before I have an accident. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Let's go back to our video. All right, I got to tell you something. If Scott Kudos would have done that for his capture demo, he would have won hand down.
Oh yeah.
If there was such a thing called smell-o-vision and he's making this,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I want to watch him make this.
But you know what?
Do you want to drive to Virginia or Maryland, wherever he is?
Absolutely.
Let's go, Ivan. Road trip.
He's progressing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yes. Unbelievable. We're
Wow.
there. And I love that he did not want anyone to overcook and destroy the meat.
Ivan's going to include the recipe, and
There it is, yeah.
we're going to be back with the next guest in a moment.
Thank you, Scott. Happy Thanksgiving.
Wow. Wow. This stuff is crazy. I am learning so much today, not only about our team, but all about recipes, wines and beers, and what people are into and what they're thankful for. I got another special guest that we want to bring on, Caleb Chase, being broadcast live from New Jersey. Caleb, welcome to the Ninjas.
Thanks, guys. How are you?
Alright, you
Great
have
to be
a-
here.
We're great. You have a lot to keep up with. The bar has been set high by some other people on the team. So my first question I got for you, hey, besides you look really great, is, and I love that you have the little light on behind you. It lives a little accent. It looks really good. Accent, not accident. Accent.
That looks
So,
good.
what are you thankful for this year, Caleb?
You know what? I'm thankful for a lot. I've got some family coming into town for Thanksgiving, and as crazy as folks' lives always are, it's always good when you can get together with your family, your friends, and spend a little time and eat some good food and just kind of put all the riffraff to the side and focus on what's important to people at their core, which is is family. So that's what I'm thankful for, because we don't always get that opportunity. So it's nice to convene at least once a year and kind of put life on pause and eat some grub.
That's sweet. All right. So, what are you contributing to this year's Thanksgiving, since they're all coming to your house?
Well, so we've got about 20 people coming, 25 heads coming. So
Wow.
I like to cook, Ben. I'm a big I'm pretty familiar with webcasting, but I'm pretty familiar around the kitchen as well. So I think it's going to be a pretty good spread that we've got to put out there.
So what's the specialty?
So the specialty, I actually usually do this after Thanksgiving. It's a turkey, but get this, you cook it in a trash can. So, are you wondering how I do this yet?
I am baffled.
All right.
I'm excited, a little grossed out, but excited.
The guy outside my old building used to cook it the same way.
So it's called a trash can turkey, and it's super easy. It's super good. So I'll try to give it to you as quick as I possibly can. So you've got
Perfect.
a bird. Doesn't really matter the size. You go out to your backyard. You have those in New Jersey, guys. It's where you have grass and leaves and stuff. So you go out to your yard. You put a stake in the ground, like a wooden yard stake. Again, something you'd block your yard off with. And you hammer the stake into the ground. You get a nice big bird. You brine it for a night before, so it's nice and brine, ready to go. You dry it, you rub it. You put the turkey on top of the stake like this, right? So it's kind of standing in the middle of your yard. You put aluminum foil down on the ground. You take a galvanized steel trash can. You put it over the top of the bird, so it's kind of like encapsulated, and it's, top down on the bird, right? You put some charcoal around the outside of the trash can. You put some charcoal on the top of the trash can. You light it, and about an hour and a half later, you've got this nice smoked turkey that's really kind of cooked in its own juices with the crispiest skin you've ever got. Pretty simple.
You know what? I am sold.
It's beautiful. And it has an accent of what you ate last week as well.
So in my new condo in the city, you think they'll let me do this on the roof?
I would check the HOA.
I would check the HOA. What? Can I tell you something, Caleb? Did not see trash can turkey
really
coming.
No, this is
But
actually really good.
I love it.
It's ingenious.
How about this, guys?
I am. Yeah.
How about when turkeys go on sale in the next couple weeks, right? I will make a trash can turkey. I will bring it into the office for us all to enjoy. Is that fair?
Sold. Sold 100%.
I love it.
I love it. I appreciate it. I want you to enjoy a couple days off. Enjoy Thanksgiving. And 20 some odd people, you're going to really need a vacation after everyone goes home. Thank you, Caleb. And
Trash
everyone
can
should
turkey.
try the trash can turkey.
it.
Ivan's going to have the
Telling you.
recipe
Yeah.
up now.
Can't go wrong.
Trash
Cheers,
can
guys.
turkey. Oh, beautiful.
Cheers. I love it.
Nice. Thank you, Caleb. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate
And
it.
Ivan, you have a good Thanksgiving, too. Wow, I got to tell you something. I'm loving all these recipes. I mean, trash can turkey. It sounds really good. But my tip for all of you out there, it sounds worth doing. Brand new trash can is the key. Please don't use the trash can that's been rusty and sitting out there. It makes no sense. Brand new trash can. Trust me. Trust me here. All right, got another special guest for you. You're probably not expecting this guy. He's Ben. He works in our office, and he's from the Direct team, and he's an incredible good guy, and he's actually using this incredible technology called FaceTime to come into us. Ben, how are? And he's his own cameraman.
Hey guys,
How are
doing?
you, Ben?
I'm my own cameraman.
So here's what's really cool, Ben. I got to ask you this. Ben him and his wife just moved into their first home in New Jersey. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Living
that.
the
And
there.
as a crazy newly married guy in a brand new house, he's having both sides of the family over. Is this true?
This is true. It's actually
In-law versus in-law. Is there going to be a touch football game?
Of course, I picked up a football at Dick's the other day. It's going to be the Eagles versus the Giants, and obviously we know the Giants are better.
It's football on your phone. That's
So basically your family's the Giant side, her family's the Philly side?
Of course, yes.
Oh, it's going to
That's
be
incredible.
bloody. People are going to... I guarantee you after this event, there'll be people in the family, Ben, who don't talk for weeks.
I agree.
So let me ask you something. Hey, Ben, do you guys do a pool? Do you guys do like a pool for each game? A betting pool, like everybody puts in $10 for 10 boxes?
Isn't that like a Super Bowl?
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never
All right, so Ben,
spike.
here's the question. What are you most thankful for this year?
My wife. My wife
Good
and
answer.
family. It's
Can't
been-
go wrong with
it's
that
been
answer
it's
ever.
been a good year.
All right, Ben. What are you contributing to Thanksgiving besides the home?
Besides the home, food, I am
Yep.
going to help my wife. I'm going to also play with my nieces and nephews, so I am contributing daycare while other families can drink. So I'm
Do you
doing
have
my
a
part.
favorite kind of wine?
What
do you-
You know, I was lucky enough to go to Napa a few weeks ago. I'm on a Pinot Noir kick right now.
Are you opening up one of the Pinots that you bought while you were in Napa?
Yes.
What brand?
Actually, Hall. It's called Hall. It was a Hall
All right,
winery.
it's a very good Pinot, man. You're going to enjoy it. Your family's going to enjoy it.
Translucent. I love that wine.
Are you a turkey guy? Are you more the appetizer guy? Or are you the sides?
I'm more of a turkey and gravy kind of guy, but I don't discriminate against anything that is served.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
And do you have any Friday rituals the day after? You know, you're off on Friday. How are you going to spend your Friday outside of cleaning the house?
Outside of cleaning the house, fortunately, this is the second year in a row that I've ever had the day after Thanksgiving off. But the out-of-towners want to go to New York, so I get to come back to New York on my day.
Really?
How lucky am I?
Hey, Ben, you can avoid my house in the city, so. But have a lot of fun. And I hope you have the best Thanksgiving in your brand new house. Thank you for sharing what
Thanks,
you're
guys.
thankful for. And thanks for doing this last minute for us. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon, man. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Appreciate it all, and we'll see you soon.
Ben Mascarella.
Let's pop back to my video,
Thanksgiving.
Ivan. This is really exciting because our next guest that we're about to bring in, Ivan, is one of my favorites of all time. You like her?
I love her.
I like her.
She's engaging. She's compelling.
She gives a good demo when she wants to do a demo.
Absolutely. She's always prepared.
She's always prepared. And
Detail-oriented.
wasn't she one of the finalists in our capture contest?
Runners up. Runner up.
Inches away from winning my 200 bucks.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to bring her on. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Kristen Bibby.
Kristen Bibby.
And we're really excited about Kristen. She was this close to winning the capture contest and my money. This close. But I got to tell you something. She had more energy than anyone. I've become a huge fan of Kristen's. I cannot wait to hear what her recipe is for Thanksgiving. But before we do that, Kristen, all seriousness, what are you thankful for this year?
Oh, Ben, I am thankful. Family and friends, being able to travel to see my in-laws this Thanksgiving. I'm very excited about that, and spending time with my husband's family because we haven't seen them in a while, and it's always really important to, make time for family. So thankful for family. Hope that's not too cliche, but that's what I got.
No, it's perfect. And you know what? My next question for you was going to be, where are you spending Thanksgiving? And how many people are going to be there?
We're gonna have a pretty quaint Thanksgiving this year in Chicago. My husband's family will be hosting at my mother-in-law's house, and that's where we'll be staying. In the morning, we're gonna run a 5K turkey trot, and then I'm in charge of making this dessert that I'm going to share with you today. So this is going to be really served at our Thanksgiving. And so Kyle's parents, his sister and her fiance, and 2 aunts and uncles, and couple cousins, and we also have a new baby from Kyle's cousin Tracy, and big sister Charlotte, who's 2. So like we'll have 2 little kids running around, or not running around. One of them will be running around. So.
All right, that is awesome. With all these kids running around and everything going on, what's your favorite Thanksgiving Day drink? Is it wine? Is it beer? Is it a cocktail?
Ooh, I like a good beer, and then I also like bourbon. I'm not a huge wine drinker, so I probably will have mix myself up. There's actually bourbon in the
I gotta
recipe.
say something though. Bourbon, your meal, I mean your dessert you're gonna tell us about is from Kentucky.
Yep.
There's something that's bringing us all
She
together.
likes the thoroughbreds. She loves the thoroughbreds.
I like bourbon myself. I'm a red wine guy, but I love bourbon. So, and Ivan's never said that no to a glass of Maker's Mark in his life.
No, never.
I love scotch.
So.
I love scotch.
All right,
Scotch is
Kristen,
scotch.
tell us about your recipe. This, I got to tell the audience, when I read this recipe, blew me away. I don't think I'm capable of making this, but it sounds really good. Kristen, tell us first, where did it come from and why you're making this, and then tell us the recipe.
Well, I'm making this because it's a little slice of home that I'm taking to Chicago because I won't be with my family, who actually go to Churchill Downs on Thanksgiving Day, and they do a buffet and they watch the horses. So I'm a little jealous that I don't get to join with them this year. The recipe is originally from a place called Kern's Kitchen in Louisville, Kentucky, and they've trademarked the name Derby Pie. But I do have the recipe, so that's where it comes from.
All right, tell us, what is it all about? How do you make it?
All right, so if anybody can make chocolate chip cookies, you can make Derby Pie. It's almost exactly the same ingredients. I don't know if you guys are sharing in the Pearl the ingredients list, but we'll get it to you.
We will be. We are exactly. Come on.
And you guys show a picture of what it looks like, too. Do you guys have that queued up?
Oh, we have pictures of that. Horses are going to be running by the whole Kentucky Derby thing.
All right, so you need I just use a frozen pie crust, let it thaw. You need 3 eggs. You need a half a cup of butter, melted, or softened, really. You need 2/3 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of white sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. You need 3 tablespoons of bourbon, Maker's Mark if you'd like it. And then you need a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and a cup of chopped walnuts or pecans, whichever your favorite is.
Wow, yum.
You get the oven heated up to 325 degrees. You cream the butter and the sugar, add in the eggs, sift in the flour. I like to save the vanilla flavoring and the bourbon for last, or second to last. Then you mix in the nuts and the chocolate chips, and then you pour it in the pie crust. And you throw it in the oven for about 1 hour for the filling to set until it's light and golden brown on the top. And then you pull it out and you cool.
Perfect.
You let it, you wait for a little bit, but you still like to serve it warm with a dollop of whipped cream on top or ice cream. So
And maybe a
there
little
you go.
glass of bourbon while you're eating it.
So,
Yeah,
so
or
Kristen,
red-
we know that
red
you want to
wine.
use Maker's Mark if possible with this. What's your favorite kind of bourbon to actually sip or drink or do shots with?
Oh,
That's a
I've
totally
been to,
difference. There's
I've
a
been to
difference
all the
in sipping and shots.
distilleries.
Of course.
I'll sip on I do like at least 1 ice cube. I like Woodford. That's my favorite.
Woodford?
I like Woodford.
Woodford
Woodford's
Reserve.
very good
And
too.
do you add any water in there or just the ice cube?
Just the ice cube. And I like it with an
That is
old
awesome.
fashioned, so I like it
It's
with
good lady.
bitters, and a little sugar too. So
Yeah, that's
Hey,
great.
you know it's funny. You know, I like a Manhattan every now and then, and I like bourbon Manhattans, not whiskey Manhattan. So it's the
Yeah.
same concept. So Kristen, the recipe sounds great. I am going to try it this weekend. We're going to see if Ivan can do it too. Maybe we'll have a contest, Ivan. We'll see who can make the better.
Love that.
And we'll send a slice of it to Kristen to judge.
Yeah.
Since we
I'm
got
a
to
tough
judge her,
critic.
she gets to judge us.
Should we use dry ice to ship that or just ship it?
I think we
Ship
should
it in a
bring it
box.
to her.
Oh, great.
Road trip, bringing it to her.
The Churchill Downs, Keyland, yeah, it'd be
But
nice.
in all honesty, Kristen, your energy when you did your capture was infectious, and
Thank you, Ben.
I love every time I have a chance to have a conversation with you. I wish everybody on our team could
I
be
agree.
as motivated and as exciting as you are. And enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family. You deserve the break. And from Ivan and Ben,
Yeah.
we'll be back with our next special
And
guest.
she is the next ninja
Thank you.
sensation.
Oh, she's going to have her own show soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, stay
All right,
tuned. Here's the
ninja.
recipe. Write it down.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Make sure you make it. It's right here.
Thanks, Kristen.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
That recipe sounds great, and I think it's even something Ivan and I can make. I can't wait to do the challenge with Ivan. I am definitely going to make it. But now I have another special guest. This guest was the winner of our capture contest, but what's really amazing about it, he's British. He's not even from our country, and he's in Cincinnati celebrating Thanksgiving with his girlfriend's family. Chris, thank you for taking time away from your family. I like to do too. And holy, look at the little beard.
Beard. He's looking like, he looks a little like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, he
Got
does.
the beard out.
I can't take a punch as well, though.
Or can you give one, though?
All right,
Well, I-
so I
this-
know we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in England, but like, what is your favorite holiday in Britain outside of Christmas? You can't say Christmas. What's your favorite holiday?
It's a big one. My favorite holiday has to be the bank holidays that we have 6 times a year for no good reason whatsoever, where we all get a day off, and apparently it's due to the banks needing time to recalculate their money back in the 1600s or something.
It makes a lot of sense. So, Chris, on these 6 days off a year, do you have a traditional dish you make?
Usually it's a starter of a beer, then main course, 3 or 4 beers with a dessert of a beer. Unfortunately, well, I'm trying not to be facetious, we don't have the same ceremony as you guys do for Thanksgiving, which is why I love Thanksgiving so much, because I get a huge plethora of dishes placed in front of me. So that's my favorite thing about
So, Chris,
Thanksgiving.
what are you contributing to Thanksgiving this year?
Well, the good thing is that I've mainly set myself in the role of I clear up, but mainly just the food and when it's still hot. But I will say, when I was first invited to my Friendsgiving a couple of years ago, I brought along Yorkshire puddings that I'd made myself, which is kind of a batter dish that you pour food and eat meat out of.
Did it go over well?
It did not. No. In fact, they were slightly offended that I tried to bring something new to the table.
All right, Chris, what are you most thankful for this year?
I am most thankful for, well, you mentioned my girlfriend. She's actually my fiance. So, yeah, this year she said yes. So
Congratulations.
I can't say anything else.
That's incredible.
She did. It was mainly my resemblance to Conor McGregor, I think.
And the fact that you moved out to California with her.
And you're
that's
actually a
pretty-
really good guy.
That's
so-
incredible.
It all plays a part. Yeah, not my Yorkshire puddings.
Hey, how many people are going to be at Thanksgiving dinner Thursday?
We're going to have 9. Fair amount.
Wow, that's
All
good.
right. And then I also think I heard a rumor you're going to your first college football game. And what's the weather supposed to be?
Yes.
Put it this way, I've been told to wear, and this is American terminology, pants under my pants. It's going to be 31 degrees with a horrific wind chill.
Wow.
So,
So I guess it's not going to be the USC. huh?
You are going to hate it. And I've been to lots of Giant games where the weather has been like insane, and there's nothing enjoyable about it. But drink a lot of bourbon, and it really won't help, but you're just not going to feel anything, so it'll be okay. And Chris, from Ivan and I and everyone, congratulations on your engagement. I didn't know, and
That's
that's awesome. So my $200 when it arrives, you get to take her out to dinner on me.
Yeah, that'll help on the back payments for the ring. So.
Exactly. All right, Chris, enjoy Cincinnati. We'll see you next time I'm in California or you're in New York. And thank you very much.
Happy
Enjoy your
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving. All right,
Happy
guys,
holidays,
that was awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
I mean, we didn't get a recipe from him, but we did get, finding out he's engaged. And how amazing is that? We have one more guest left.
One more.
It's a special guest. It's a secret guest. No one knows this is going to be our guest. And I think he's going to blow us away what he's thinking about. Ivan, are you excited to hear what he has to say?
Oh, the headlining guest? Absolutely.
I don't say headlining. They're all headliners.
No, they're all very important and they all contributed immensely, but this is a heavy hitter.
So, do you have a favorite cocktail? If you were going to make a cocktail for Thanksgiving, what would you make?
Well, apart from
And
my
let's
wine,
show them the
obviously,
recipe.
The Pinot Noir. The
Well,
Wild Horse.
that's not a recipe.
No.
Drink.
Oh, you want me to make it?
What do you make?
It's Belvedere and club soda. That's
Okay,
what I'm. That's what I'm
that's-
drinking.
So, I have a sangria I make.
Oh, really?
It's a little bit different. So, here's my little tip on a sangria. 2 bottles of Pinot Noir. Like you're saying, I'm not Pinot Noir, Pinot Grigio. All right? So it's white. You cut up all your fruits, peaches, pears.
A white sangria.
No, and I'm a red sangria guy, but this is amazing. Like I said, 2 bottles of Pinot Grigio,
Yeah.
half a cup of brandy, because you got to put a brandy in there.
You've captured my
Right?
interest. Yep.
So 1 squeezed orange, 1 squeezed lemon.
This guy.
I'm telling you,
This guy.
mix it up, chill it. If you want to add a drop of Prosecco to it to add a little bubbles to it, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
I am telling you, it is going to be the best sangria you ever had. Use raspberries, use peaches, use pears, use apples. Again,
The white sangria.
it's
I'm
a real,
making
and I'm
this.
not a white sangria, but I'm telling you, guarantee your entire family loves it, Ivan.
All right, can you send? All right, we're gonna put it up there.
You're
We're
gonna put it up there.
here, and I'm making it for my
Guarantee
family.
you.
I'm bringing it.
2
I'm-
bottles of Pinot
If I get pulled
Grigio,
over with this in the
a
car,
cup of brandy.
I may not be at work.
And
on
here's the
Monday.
best thing: let it sit. Make it Wednesday.
Yeah.
Bring it so all the fruit sort of sucks in and gets all the sugars of it,
Yeah, sure.
and then add the prosecco very last minute.
I'm loving this.
That's my sangria dish.
Hope everyone's not driving
Mess with
home.
it. Yeah, and I think after the next guest, Ivan and I are going to tell 1 recipe each, and so I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to bring on the next guest. So Ivan, let's switch to our guest.
Here we go.
Rob Belmar, welcome to the show.
Van Ivan, how you guys doing? Happy almost Thanksgiving.
We're doing great, and happy almost Thanksgiving. As you can see, Rob is moving around. He's in his home. He's getting ready for Thanksgiving. All right, the whole family's around. Look at this. We're on cribs, basically.
Rob Belmar's cribs.
Awesome. So, Rob, what are you most thankful for this Thanksgiving? Hey,
Hey.
Belmar.
She's getting.
Oh my God, your wife is way too pretty for you, Rob.
Sometimes you
so-
luck out.
That's right. We all did.
We all
Listen,
did. I married up.
My wife is way too pretty for me too, so there's it's nothing insulting about that. All right, Rob, what are you most thankful for this year?
Let's see. I think I kind of just did this for my team call and was thankful for a lot of things. But I actually think for 2017, I'm just thankful to be alive. Last May when I had my stroke and kind of got knocked a little sideways, I was, you don't know what you're looking forward to at that point. You're not sure how it's going to go. So this year, I kind of am just thankful I'm here to be part of it. And, secondarily, I'm thankful for my family. Since that, my mom has moved to town and another sister moved to town. And so a lot of good things. A lot of good things in my life to be thankful for.
Where is Thanksgiving going to be where's Thanksgiving this year?
Right here. We're hosting. And
How many people?
we're going to have 18, I think. 18 people. 19, sorry. My wife. Correct.
Are you
19 people.
contributing anything?
Yes. And
What?
I made sure to get ready to show you. I'm responsible for the beer. So I do beverages. And this is Zombie Dust from Three Floyds Brewery. So anyone in the Midwest knows Three Floyds is like top notch in Indiana, hard to come by. So I got some of their, best stuff, as well as a little bit of wine. And I got some
Right.
non-alcoholic stuff for those that don't drink, as well as for my kids.
Is
So it'll be
there a
good.
signature cocktail?
Oh, that's funny. My wife just said the same thing, Ben. She goes, "You promised me you'd make a holiday cocktail." And so I don't have a signature cocktail, but I'm supposed to be researching one. Do you have any recommendations?
I do. So earlier in the show, I gave one of my sangria that I make for the holidays. And I normally make a red sangria, but this is a white sangria where it basically consists of 2 bottles of Pinot Grigio, a cup of brandy,
Okay.
and then a little Prosecco at the end and lots of fruit.
Wow.
A lemon, a lime, orange. Your family's going to love it. Make sure you make it the day before, but don't put the Prosecco into the day you're serving it or right before you're serving. It's really, really good.
All right, I'm going to be checking out the
mine.
video. I'm going to check out the video when it comes back here today. Write that all down.
You'll see it tomorrow morning. You will be seeing it. Hey,
Sounds
so
good.
Rob, last question for you, because I know you're with your family today. How excited are you for 2017?
I'm really excited for 2017. I just again was on my team call talking about how, sometimes we think, life's just a straight line. Success is just an uphill, but it's really kind of this loop-de-loop thing where it goes up and down and left and right. And we've made some great progress in so many ways. But also we have to continue changing and transforming. And we're so positioned in 2017 with such a strong momentum we have in digital media with our best year ever. We're so set up with Cisco and done such amazing things with CCSP. We've gone to market now with our Microsoft strategy and lots of momentum around VMG. So WorkRise, I'm pretty pumped. And then also, I love change and I love learning new things. And I get so excited about some of the new things I have to deal with right now and my own kind of responsibilities. And I get excited also about the potential for, whatever 2017 holds for us. There's, a lot of kind of, I don't know if I should go political, but there's like the terror and fear about what's going to happen and what that means. Yep. And there's also some excitement of, are certain old ways going to get changed and how we do business. So to me, it's just a whole oyster of possibilities, good, bad, whatever. But we know it's going to be different. Yeah, it's going to be different and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, life's not supposed to be flat. All right, back to Thanksgiving. And what's your favorite dish?
All right, so my wife's actually making it right now. Working on it, and maybe not in a showable format yet, but it's called spoon bread. So there's a story behind spoon bread.
What is spoon bread?
It's kind of like a mixture of like cornbread with chorizo in it, and a cornbread souffle, my wife calls it. And what happened is about 15 years ago, we were hosting Thanksgiving, and we lived in Minnesota, and my 2 brothers were coming in, and we had this small little apartment. And we were trying to figure out what to do. And my wife had like a Martha Stewart Living magazine. And in it had like cool things for Thanksgiving. And this was one of it. So we made it. It was a hit. And it became a tradition. So we just make it every year since. And it's my favorite part of the meal. Love it. I love the chorizo mixed in and the kind of little kick to it. Why do they call it spoon bread? Because you eat it with a spoon. That's why.
There you go.
Spoon bread souffle.
All right. Rob, when we hang up, make sure your wife sends us the ingredients so we can add it to the program. So anyone who wants to try making it can make it.
It's right there, and it's all dirty from overuse.
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to send you the dirty copy and all.
So from all of us to all of your family, have an incredible Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. And thanks for everything you do every day to make the company better. We appreciate it.
To you and your family.
You too, Ivan. You too, Ben. We'll see you. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Great.
All right.
Talk to you later,
Bye-bye.
buddy. Thank you, Rob, for taking time out of your busy day. We all know how busy you are. I'm definitely going to get you back on a Ninja so we can talk about where we're going in the future, what 2017 looks like. But today, it's all about Thanksgiving, right? And it's all about food, recipes, drinks, family, what we're thankful for. So let me bring Ivan back on. Ivan, let's leave it with a couple of our favorite recipes. Thanksgiving. Has to be Thanksgiving-wise. It could be apps. It could be main courses. Obviously not turkey, right? Because we've already gone through that. Well, Ivan, maybe it's turkey. What's your favorite?
Okay, so here's something we did a few Thanksgivings ago, and it was pretty incredible.
It went over well?
It went over very well.
Okay.
It may be more of a redneck recipe, but our family is not redneck, but we did enjoy it. So this is a recipe that was handed down from my wife's grandfather. So now
Wow.
he's still alive. He's 93 years old. So he did it on his Weber grill. So here we go. It is called the Beer in the Rear Turkey. Beer in the Rear Turkey. All right, so
I basically know where this one's going.
you know why wouldn't it go there, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what you need to get a turkey.
It's just like beer can chicken, right? For the most part.
It's basically, but it's a little different because there's more bird.
Right?
And,
Okay.
You know, a beer can is not going to do it. So you're going to have to use.
Makes me think of a Tone Loc song.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe Baby Got Back.
That is Tone Loc.
No, that's not Tone Loc.
Yeah, it is. It's Nicki Minaj, but it was Tone Loc.
Tone Loc was not. No, it was
Alright,
Sir
whatever.
Mix-a-Lot. It was Sir
Oh,
Mix-a-Lot.
so Mix-a-Lot. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
So okay, so here we go. Back to the recipe. So what you want to do, you don't want a regular beer can. You got to get like a Foster's can, like one of those big lager cans.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be a little wider.
Right, you got to be wider.
Okay.
So you got to clean out all the good stuff in the turkey. You got to clean it all out. And it's not like a chicken. There's a lot of hidden spots. If you've ever cleaned out a turkey before, you know what you're doing. So you clean out all that out. Now, you take the beer can, you pour about half that. You can enjoy that if you like, or you can pour it out, whatever you want to do. So you put some dry rub inside the beer can. So put the dry rub in there, and then you got to do this. So you get some dry rub on your hands, because it's like wearing a wetsuit. The turkey skin is so thick, it's like it's wearing a wetsuit.
Great.
So you can't really put it on the skin. You got to get dirty, go all around. They call it getting to second base with the turkey. So you got to, inside the skin, you got to get the dry rub all around. Then stick the beer can where, you know. Exactly, in the rear.
Okay.
Stick it in the rear, and you adjust its legs. So it's almost like it's squatting down on the beer can, and you adjust the legs so it's basically a tripod. You stand it up in a pan. You put it on indirect heat. So if you have a Weber, you put the coals over here. If you're using a regular grill, like those two, what are they called, burners here,
Yep.
and you want to put it in a place where the burners are indirect. Leave it on there. So get the temperature to about 350, 375.
How long are we cooking it for?
About 4 hours or so. I mean, I really forget.
Are you basting along the way?
Oh yeah, you always got to baste and stuff. But you got the basin in there to catch
So
all
it's constantly steaming it
It's
inside
steamed,
out.
yeah.
That's an incredible recipe.
It's an incredible, and the taste is so good and so moist. It's a little redneck maybe for some.
All right.
For some, you may really
So now
enjoy it.
I'm going to add a recipe to it. And guys, his recipe is up on the screen, and again, all the recipes are available. This is fun. Mine is a Tuscan chicken. All right. One of my favorite places in the world is Tuscany. One of my favorite trips I've ever gone on, my multiple times, was going to Italy. But there's this recipe that I saw on the Food Network, and it's Tuscan stuffing, all right? And I have the recipe written, so I just want to make sure I do everything right? So first, we started with 2 1-pound loaves of Tuscan country bread. Go to any bread store, tell me you want a country Tuscan bread. They know exactly what you're talking about. You need 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 1 pound, I like 1.5 pounds, but it says 1 pound of Italian sausage, casing removed. Very important, take that casing out, all right? 3 stalks of celery, 1 medium fennel bulb. If you don't like fennel, you could exclude the fennel and put something else in. 1 medium red onion, chopped, right? Everything is chopped. Same with the fennel bulb, chopped, right? Pepper and kosher salt to your liking. 2 tablespoons of rosemary, finely chopped. Very important as finely chopped. 5 to 6 garlic cloves. The bigger the garlic cloves, the more you want. So obviously garlic adds a lot to it, right? 1 bunch of Tuscan kale. This is something new. You don't normally see this in a stuffing, right?
I feel like this is something you may have made up. Tuscan kale? Because kale just was new to my scene, and now it's Tuscan kale.
Well, listen, when I was a kid, there wasn't even kale, right?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
All right, 1.5 cups of dry white wine. Just any white wine, any table wine. Does not have to be a really expensive wine. Just a table white wine. 3 cups of chicken stock, or if you have turkey stock, you can use it. I like chicken stock a lot better. 3 large eggs. Beat them first, all right? It's very important. Beat them hard, right? Really beat them. No, you take them out of the shell and then you mix it up. All right? 1.5 teaspoons of red flaked pepper, and then butter. for buttering the casserole dish. It's optional, but I like to butter your casserole dish. You put this in, you cook it for about an hour and 10 minutes at about 350 to 400 degrees. You want it to be really crispy. I guarantee you it is going to be the best stuffing you've ever had. I like cornbread and sausage stuffing, but this one is one of my favorites, Ivan.
That's incredible, Ben. This sounds really, really good.
I know, and you guys are really going to love it. I'm telling you. Trust me on this. And yes, there is Tuscan kale.
I love kale. I'm a big fan of Tuscan kale. I think it's just regular kale that was bought in Tuscany. But hey, let me just make an amendment to, I said 4 hours. I'm sorry, it's actually 2 hours. 2 hours cooking time for the beer and the rare turkey.
Depending how many pounds it is. You don't want to ever eat raw poultry, guys.
So why do you say that? What could happen?
you could die.
Could
No, seriously, you could die.
This is a big game changer in my family.
All right, I got another recipe. Do you have anything else you want to share?
I'm living the dream. All these wonderful recipes here.
So my family, my wife and I basically eat most of the time. You know, it's chicken and it's lots and lots of vegetable dishes. But when it's Thanksgiving, it's not about that. I make a really, really good. You don't believe it, Ivan. Lobster mac and cheese.
Oh,
and the key is you can't buy bought lobster meat. You got to go buy 2-pound, 1.5 to 2 pound lobsters, steam them, right? Or boil them, whatever you want. And you can do it any way you want to do. And then you take all the meat out. You need to chill it for a little while. Put it off to the side. But lobster mac and cheese.
Okay,
all right?
Could I just say something?
Yeah.
There's 2 days of the year where I can't move after I eat. The first day is Thanksgiving. The tryptophan sets in, I go to sleep, done. There's another day where I decide to eat lobster mac and cheese, and it is so heavy and rich, and I just can't move afterwards. He's combining lobster mac and cheese on Thanksgiving, making it the most heaviest
and this isn't my recipe. This is Bobby Flay's recipe.
I love it.
With a little twist from myself. So I'm gonna read you a couple other things. You're gonna need 6 tablespoons of butter. Trust me, guys, this is amazing. My kids love it. My family loves it. And if you want to go a little extra lobster, you can never have too much lobster. 6 tablespoons of flour, 3 cups of mussel stock, if you can find it. If not, any seafood stock is fine. Or you could even take a little stock if you actually boiled the lobsters and use that too, okay? 2 cups of whole milk that you're going to need to heat, right? 1 cup of heavy cream. Yeah, this is not low-cal.
No.
This is, I'm sorry I'm running after I eat this. Right?
You will have a heart attack if you run after you
1.5 pounds of Fontana cheese, coarsely grated. 1 pound of Taleggio, Teleggio, rind remove. Important. Always remove the rind of cheese when you're gonna cook with it. Cut into pieces. This isn't ground. This is cut into pieces. 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. We're not done yet, Ivan.
That's a lot of dairy. A lot of dairy here.
Yeah, right? You need salt and freshly ground pepper to taste, right? You need 1/2 cup of chopped fresh parsley. If you don't have the parsley, it's not going to do anything. Just adds a little green to it. It's up to you. 1 tablespoon of finely chopped thyme. A tablespoon of finely chopped tarragon. 1 pound of large pasta shells cooked in salted water al dente. You don't want to make it too soft. Because remember, we're still going to cook this, right? And then, as I mentioned, 1.5 to 2 pounds of lobster. What we like to add into it too, Ivan, I'm going to go a little crazy. Take 3 pieces of thick bacon. Just go to Beach Butcher.
Just take it off the bone.
This is not from Bobby Flay's. This is what we did. No, a bacon. 3 thick cuts of bacon. Chop it up into little pieces. And then you put it all together. The full recipe is going to be here. You're going to do your own homemade breadcrumbs on top. Put a little butter on the breadcrumbs. It's going to be amazing. The entire recipe is here. Guarantee you it's going to blow everyone away. If you don't have a heart attack after you eat it, and if you don't gain 1,000 pounds.
Just in case you survive this, we're going to throw some bacon in there,
Yeah. So thank you very much. That was our recipes.
That sounds great, Ben.
And from Ivan and Ben, we know that this is like a kind of a fun webcast, but this is all about this. Use video to reach your audience. Doesn't matter how it is. Short form, long form, something that's going to interest your audience. I'm showing you this because, look, we brought in different members of the team via different technologies. And it's all about integration. And it's all about telling our clients, your digital media ninjas, go out there, you got to use video. Whether you're going to broadcast in a platform, whether you're going to broadcast in Facebook Live or YouTube Live, Ivan, it's all about content.
Yeah, and if your customers are saying, hey, we want to do this, think out of the box. Look, we can do this. It's not cookie cutter, but we did it. We brought in Skype. We brought in FaceTime Live.
We did platforms. It's all about integration. And if you had a good user experience, what do I always say, Ivan?
The users will have a good user experience.
So, Ivan, for me and my family, I wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
And we wish your family and you a happy Thanksgiving.
And
man.
for all of you watching,
and you guys as well.
happy Thanksgiving, happy New Year, cuckoo, cuckoo. We're out of here.
Thanks, guys.